Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Good morning, 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 good morning. How many was that? 6. Okay, it is the 19th day of March, and I'm so excited. It is sunshiny, beautiful here in Chicago land. How are things shaping up in your neck of the woods? I'm Lauren Michaels Harris, and welcome to today's Friday, TGIF. Welcome to today's episode of Bathrobe Moments, where this year number 5. Why was I going to hold up 10 fingers? Public school. Anyway, year 5, I can count, of Bathrobe Moments. And this year, our theme is Show Me Your Soul. And the promise from me is I'll show you mine. And that's what we do here. We come together in the spirit of the collective. We are here to uplift, elevate, enhance anything that speaks to increase. We're here to uplift each other. Can I get an amen? Right. So I am so excited because a lot of things today, especially this show, invite a friend, go to the Facebook page for Bathrobe Moments, follow us so that you don't miss any of the great content every day, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Central, right here on E360 TV. We're going all over the place. We hit about 800,000 screens every day, Monday through Friday. And I say it and I mean it. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else in the world, except maybe Fiji, than right here with you all right now. And if I were to go there, I'd take you with me. How's that? So that's the bell of purpose. You hear it. If you haven't heard it before, then you've been missing out, right? Because the bell of purpose has been here for a few years. And when you hear the bell, it's your opportunity to be a part of something greater than yourself. We all have that innately inside of us. We want to be a part of a modern day stone soup experience where we all bring whatever it is we have. It's enough. And when we put it all together, we feed the world. Can I get an amen? So when you hear that bell, it means that some content's out there that you might want to back the car up for. Take a good look at it. Just because it's sitting in the middle of the road on the yellow line does not mean that it is necessarily roadkill. It could be a big, fat piece of value for you to take with you into your day and to pass on to others. Okay, so the bell of purpose. At this point, help me welcome to the show, like we do every day, my sidekick. This is my version of Ed McMahon, Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo, and today we are sipping on again 2 days in a row because you guys know I'm getting my body in shape. I have a big magazine cover coming up with celebrity photographer Virginia Rose, flying all the way to DC for that cover for the July red, white, and blue issue. Oh, wait a minute. Of Shift magazine. And I'm so excited because I'm born on the 4th of July. So it's going to be a great cover. I'm getting ready. I'm getting rid of this COVID 50. Well, now it's about COVID 16 because I have about 16 pounds I still need to lose. 8 over here and 8 over here. Pray for me. So anyway, as you guys know, I'm really transparent about things. For instance, oh, hi, honey. Good morning. Today I'm going to try. I'm not making any promises, but I'm trying to go raw today only. Wait a minute. Okay. I was going to say I already messed up because I had a Morningstar Farm sausage, but that's vegetable. So that's still raw. So I had that. I'm going to have all this. And I got my organic banana. I'm just trying it to see. And of course I have my protein shake here. And so why the organic and all that? Why the raw? Because I am in a new era within my development, my personal development, wherein a few, I'd say about 7 or 8 months ago, I had an experience with angels. We talked about that on the show yesterday with Ask the Experts. The Oracle was here. She's a light worker. And ever since she came into my life about 4 years ago, she came to a speaking engagement where I was at in San Diego and said she was sent there for me. I mean, didn't even go in the audience, came straight to the green room and started doing an energy thing on me. And it was one of the best, I don't want to say performance because I wasn't acting, but I mean, it was one of the greatest speeches ever that the experience was for me. She's been in my life ever since. Had me pull over last year during a medical scare. You guys, if you weren't here yesterday, I was telling everybody I'd had like 4 MRIs, a CAT scan. There was something going on. We see something on the left side. And I'm scared to death thinking, oh, the upper room. I just knew the heavenly choir was at rehearsal, practicing an A and B number for my, you know what. I was just, and she said, pull over. Where are you? I said, I'm on the highway. I'm headed to an appointment. I never told her what it was. Anyway, she said, well, the angels told me to stop what I was doing and call you and get you to stop what you were doing. You might feel something warm on the left side of your body because they're showing me that they're in there right now with something that looks like a mesh type thing, and they're removing something. Of course, I'm sitting there going, lucky guess, right? And so I went to that appointment. They put in, this was the one they put dye in and all that to really help them find it. And do you know, to this day, they've never called me back with anything. And I've been in there several times and had stuff done, and nope, nothing. They just let it go. So I let it go. Let it go. Let it go. So anyway, that I'm talking about believer. Right here. So then I started coaching with Dominique on angels. So I have a workbook and all this, and I know who my angels are. We talk all the time. We kick it. We were watching Netflix together just the other night. And isn't this, who knew? But did you know that one of my angels' favorite show is Touched by an Angel with Michael Landon? Right? I'm kidding. I made that up. But anyway, today, GAYLE NICHOLSON is back. You guys might remember her. She was here when she had an event a couple months ago. Now, she's a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, kidnapping, and severe neglect. She's developed a certain skill for overcoming horrific experiences. Okay, we want some of that, right? Sharing this skill has since become her life's work, online and in person. GAYLE has been sharing the tools and techniques that she's used to navigate her own path of recovery, leading global audiences to understand three things. One, that recovery is indeed possible. Two, energy work is essential. She didn't say, you know, now that we're going to talk about that, because she didn't say, you know, if you want to, if you don't, no, essential. All right. Brushing your teeth is essential. So you figure it out. Three, choice is a superpower available to everyone. And I'm going to stop there because I love that. I had someone at the Power of We a couple years ago. You know, they all come with their speech topics are their superpowers, the power of adversity, the power of, and someone actually spoke on, they had a superpower of choice. It was Tiana Ross. And it is a valuable thing. And that speech on power of choice changed my life, changed my mindset. So today it's all about the woo-woo. Now, is that a real word or is that just something people came up with? You know what I'm saying, right? It is. It's a real word. I Googled it, and in the dictionary, woo-woo, noun, unconventional beliefs. Unconventional beliefs regarding as having little or no scientific basis. Well, if it ain't in science, it can't be true. Whatever. Especially those relating to spirituality, mysticism, or alternative medicine. So is that holistic? Alternative medicine. I didn't know alternative medicine fell into woo-woo. You know, they need to be. Anyway, there's an adjective too, relating to or holding unconventional beliefs regarding as having little or no scientific basis, especially those relating to, oh, it's the same thing. They just repeated it. But why is it two different things? If it's the same exact thing, maybe I need to take another English class. You know, they're always changing stuff. They don't even teach cursive anymore. So, I mean, maybe they changed that too. Oh, it's a planet. No, it isn't. Oh, don't do cursive. You don't need it. Shaking my head. So anyway, we're going to have some guests today. GAYLE brought one of her woo-woo sisters, you know, the woo-woo sister club or sisterhood. Remember that movie? What was that called? The something sisterhood. They know. I bet you they know. So anyway, Krista's here as well, down there. And Krista, are you aware? I see like 4 people standing behind you. Who is that? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, I better quit playing. See, it's real, you guys, and we're gonna find out just how real. Because guess what? Here they come, the woo-woo sisterhood, GAYLE Nicholson and her friend Krista. I want to say that last name so bad. Ducharma. Thumbs up. Public school ain't so bad after all. Now, here they go. Oh. Hi. Sorry, I got distracted by my wonderful, wonderful husband.
Oh, that's a good distraction.
I know. Bunny, rabbit, kittens, and husbands.
There you go.
Well, mine anyway. How are you, ladies?
Wonderful.
Oh, wow, that was in harmony and almost right on. Boy, you guys are talented. Well, welcome to the show. You know what? I'm going to lose the lower third so everyone can see your names. There we go. So we have GAYLE Nicholson and Krista.
It's Ducharme.
Ducharme.
Yes.
So I was acting like it. I made it sound like it was Italian. Ducharme.
And the more that you get to know her, the more you realize that that name is apropos because it's
I already know.
kind of French for of charm. Yes.
Yeah,
she is the most charming woman you've ever met.
Right. Oh, you guys look great. How you feeling today?
Good. Actually, I got my sidekick here.
Barry.
Mr.
Gotta have Barry.
Oh my God, I got his box. Honey, when did you give me that box set? Last Christmas?
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So enjoy the heck out of that box set. It's a great compilation. And then Krista, I'm in the West Coast, so it isn't even sun up here yet. But Krista's in the Netherlands, so it's like halfway through her day.
You're in the Netherlands?
I am in the Netherlands.
Say something else.
I am a U.S. citizen. I am American. No, my husband's in the Navy.
in the Navy.
Yes, and
He
we're
sailed the
stationed.
7 seas.
Yes, he actually has, believe it or not.
Okay. All right. Does he have some friends? One that's like dressed in an Indian costume, another one is a leather man.
No, those are my friends.
Okay, mine too, girl. Mine too. So tell everybody a little bit about yourselves. We'll start with Krista since she's the new girl on the block. And I'm going to get rid of my little logo too because it's cutting off that whisk. There it is. We need all of that hairdo here. So,
well, I just came in. I was just outside.
Well, you look great. And we'd like to know, give us just a little backstory about, and what's your particular glow when it comes to the woo-woo? What is it that you are known for? And then we'll pass that same question over to GAYLE.
Well, I am an intuitive healer, Reiki master, a certified crystal practitioner, and all around crystal goddess. As a matter of fact, when I lived down in Australia, I was dubbed the crystal goddess of the Southern Hemisphere. People call me a white witch, and I own it happily. So, my specialty is being able to intuitively connect to people and help them live balanced, radiant, positive lives and actually live the adventures that they want to create.
Wow.
So I love showing people how the other side lives. I guess is the best way to put it.
Now, when you said you've been called a white witch, at first I got triggered because I was, oh my God, what are the odds? Because I've been called a black. Oh, anyway.
So like funny enough, no, my daughter and I have contemplated doing a, and you're going to appreciate this, darling. We're in contemplation of doing a podcast called The Good Witch and the Bad Bitch. So now you get to pick who's who.
I like that name. I would watch it because it's very intriguing and I love things that are outside of the box.
So, darling, I am so outside of the box. I have my own, I'm sure that I have my own orbit.
Good. And I got something I need you to bless for me today.
Oh, definitely. What?
I do. I have a crystal. It's right here, hanging right here. Oh, I got it as a Secret Santa gift in a group that I'm in called FYP World. Follow and fulfill your purpose. And they're also on Clubhouse. And by the way, everybody out there, shameless plug. I had it in my notes. I guess I'm caught up in the woo-woo. You guys go, if you're on Clubhouse, if you're an iPhone, Apple person, go to Clubhouse and follow a group on there called Free Thoughts. I have been a fly on the wall listening, not speaking much, but there's something really special about that group. And I'm going to be doing some work with them, but I want you guys to check them out. You're going to love them. They're on there everywhere, and they're great people. And I just wanted to say another thing before I forget, because it's just so beautiful. I found this morning. Remember the girl? She did the inauguration poetry.
Yes,
and the youngest in history to ever do it. Well, I saw this on one of my pages where someone said, see, this is what it's all about. The little ones are watching, and little kids, little African-American girls are copying her and dressing like her. And I get chills. I think, look at her, down to the little skirt. She's got her little yellow blazer. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. And so I just want everybody, whatever you're doing, even if it's in the dark, it's going to come to the light eventually. So, and people are watching, especially our little ones. Be the example you'd like to see in the world. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Absolutely. So GAYLE, what is your special Stevie Nicks thing?
My special Stevie Nicks thing is words, basically creative commands, the words that fall out of our mouth that create our world where, sometimes we're saying stuff that we don't realize is causing a problem for us. Right. Like
I teach that same thing, words that deceive.
Right.
Very powerful.
I also do crystals. I'm just not quite as certified as Krista is.
I almost did a crystal once. I almost did, but then I found out I was gay, and there was that. So anyway. Okay, thank you. Krista is awake in the Netherlands. Well, you got a good reason.
I love that. That was great. I loved it.
I'm sorry. I totally missed it.
Okay.
Oh, I'll tell you about it later.
But it's because of the bomb. So listen, I would like to give each of you your own chance
Okay, now I got it. Sorry.
And pour into. No, two of us are going to leave for a couple minutes and let each one of you bless the viewership. And if you feel anything or whatever, if you want to say something to any particular, well, however your gift is working right now in this space, I'd love to have you just let us experience it with you. So who wants to go first?
Oh, this is interesting. We don't do this. Well, our magic actually works really well together. I mean, our magic works really well separate too.
You want me to leave
But
you both?
I'm getting, my sense is that GAYLE, in order to show everybody really what it is that we do, we should just do it together.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I have, well, let's begin with this little bit of formatting. The last time that I was here, I started talking about crystals and woo-woo and stuff like that. And Lauren's viewers were very excited to learn more about it. So I thought that we would start. Ooh, don't hit the side. I gotta keep my brain about me here.
Okay.
So I wanted to bring on and just kind of start with the basic structure that was in the book of Exodus and the Bible, the 12 stones of the high priest breastplate, because I want people to understand that the use of these crystals and these rocks have been around for thousands of years. We've been doing this for a long time. We've been empowering and protecting our leaders with crystals for a long time. Right? So I don't want to necessarily get into all 12 of them, but I brought a few basics to take a look at. All right. So Krista.
Okay, my dear.
I'm going to hold this up and you're going to identify it. And then you're going to tell me what it's for.
That's amethyst.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I was like, oh, pressure. All right. Amethyst. So an amethyst is the master healing crystal. And it is what I call everybody in here. I actually have some sitting right here. A great one. Whoa, there's my camera. It's a master healing crystal, and it is great for all kinds of things. It has a wonderful mythology behind it too, for anybody who's into Greek mythology. And
can I tell that story real quick? I love that story because the Greeks used to carve their chalices, their wine chalices, out of amethyst, because the vibration of the amethyst would counteract the density of the alcohol, and they could drink all night without getting stupid.
And okay, so I would love, yes. And actually I don't have my crystal bowl, my singing bowl up here right now, but I have actually sung in a crystal singing bowl wine.
No.
Let me tell you, it is an amazing, amazing experience after you've had sung wine. It's amazing. So the amethyst is amazing, and Dionysus is actually, and I always say him, the god of wine, who I think is Dionysus or Diana. I always say his name wrong.
Adonis or
Adonis?
Oh, no, Dionysus or something like
Dionysus, that. That's it, Dionysus. He's the one who actually made clear quartz. Amethyst is part of the Greek mythology. It's really kind of cool if you want to fall into it and travel down that road. But the amethyst is the master healer. It's all around. I always tell people, if you have to have one crystal in your pocket, in your purse, on your desk, wherever it is you may be, amethyst is really great because it fixes, I don't want to say it fixes because people take that word wrong, but it helps with everything. It's just one of those ones that it balances you out, it clears your mind out, and it really helps you to connect back with your thought. And you don't have to have, like I just showed you a cluster and GAYLE showed you a point. You can have something as simple, and I have actually one here, a tumbly. So yeah, I mean, they're great.
I want to throw this one in too. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but you can see the color variations in this.
Oh, that one's great. That's a masculine one too, by the way.
Yeah.
Why, thank you.
It is.
Do you know the difference between a masculine and a feminine quartz?
Excuse me, I'm gay.
He twists both ways. Well, maybe not.
No. In the vetting process, yes, but after the jury came back, no. Let me ask you ladies something.
Yes.
3 things that we hear commonly associated with crystals, like when you're at an open fair or one of those things where they're like dressed like, you know what I mean, with
Renaissance Festival.
Yeah. I'm going to go to those one of these days.
But you'll love it. It's a blast.
You always hear about cleansing, blessing, and protecting, like not letting people touch it and stuff like that. Can you kind of touch on those 3 areas to let people know, like if they do go get one, first timers like myself, this one is my first one. They said, put it out under the moon. And that's all they said. And I was like, where? Do I hang it? Do I lay it in the driveway? Do I swing it in the air, hold it up like Kunta Kinte? What do I do? And why?
All of that.
Krista and I tend to dance naked, but you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not.
Woo-woo. You guys,
it's warming up here.
Up in woo land. But let me ask you though, is there something? I mean, I believe that intention is very, very important. And so somebody gave me this. I really thought they should have like came with a Zoom call or something so that I could understand it. Because I don't like, this is not costume jewelry where you just throw it in a box and put it on. And it's like, a lot of people wear things because it's pretty. And then when they get asked, ooh, what's that about? Think about it. If you're on the spot, you're just going to make up some stuff. In most cases, I don't know. Then why the hell?
No, some people do. And I've actually had that happen where I've had even I've been at crystal fairs or crystal or big jewelry.
Me nuts.
And so I've actually had in-depth discussions with people who knew nothing of what they were talking about.
Or what they were wearing.
Either what they were selling or what they were selling.
Oh,
and for me, it was, that one was really hard because this person was selling amber, Baltic amber, or what they said was Baltic amber. And it had full-size bugs in it. So insects, full-size insects. And they're like, oh no, this is Baltic amber. And this is how it's found in nature. I'm like, no, it's not. And so Gail's smiling because she knows, see, my family sells Baltic amber in Baltic amber jewelry. It's like, I know this. I know that, no, that is not the way it's found in nature. But it can be created that way because it's a resin. So and it was a very interesting conversation.
So can you take us through, we're going out this weekend. I'm taking my niece or my daughter or somebody, and I want to buy them a crystal. I want to introduce them to their first one. You said that the
amethyst. Purple amethyst.
Okay.
That'd be good. Or rose quartz.
So pretend like one of you is the newbie and one of you is presenting to the other. What would be a great way to pass this on, bless the person, help them understand in a Reader's Digest version what this is for, how to take care of it, and what to expect from believing? I'm out.
Okay. All right. So can I start with this? My first thing is trust your gut instincts when you approach any vendor about anything, including crystals. If you're getting an uneasy feeling, chances are that's not the person that you need to buy from or you need to be around because your energy isn't going to mesh. So when I tell people and suggest that they, go crystal shopping, the first thing is trust your gut instincts, and you'll know when you're in the right space and place. And when you go to pick a crystal, and my way of doing it is I take my non-dominant hand, and my camera is so like not lined up the way I'm used to. Like I'm having issues here. I take my non-dominant hand. My dominant hand is right. So my non-dominant hand is left. And I rub my hands together first. And then I use because of course, unless you're energy sensitive already, you want to get the energy kind of moving in your hand. And then I take my non-dominant hand and I run it just gently. I don't like put my hands necessarily down on the crystals. I just kind of run it until I get either tingly, cold sensation, warm sensation. I've had electrical like shock sensations from crystals. And then I kind of work with that and I pick my crystal, the one that's speaking to me. And then I ask the crystal if it wants to work with me.
Okay.
That's kind of
now that's for picking a crystal that you specifically want to work with.
Right.
Now, to answer the question that you asked, Lauren, if someone is gifting you a crystal and you don't know where that crystal's been, the very first thing to do is, depending on the type of crystal, most of the quartz crystals that we've been talking about, the amethyst, the rose quartz, the citrine, the harder rocks can tolerate it no problem. Put it in a bowl of salt. Kosher salt, Himalayan salt.
Is dry salt?
Dry table salt. That's fine. You don't like salt.
I don't like salt.
I like salt because it's actually kind of harsh and it strips away everything that has touched that rock in the store.
Can I just spray it with 409?
No.
Oh my goodness.
So no. Okay, so the reason why I don't like salt, and I had this happen, is it's caustic. It's kind of like 409. 409 is caustic too to a crystal. So what I like to do is, when I first I'm Reiki attuned, which is a Japanese relaxation technique. It's an energy healing, going back to GAYLE saying that energy healing is not an option. Yeah, come see me.
Okay. Energy healing.
And yes, I saw Lauren's face. But what I do is
energy healing is not.
No, she said it is not an It's not having energy healing is not an option.
It's not an option.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Not having it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you want it in your life.
Right.
So I have a tendency to use Reiki, but the other thing I use, and I've taught my kids to do this, and even my students and clients, is I smudge. I use smoke. So I use I smudge with either white sage. I now have a stick of sweetgrass, or else I've used eucalyptus, eucalyptus leaf, but that's really, I don't recommend that unless you're trained to use a eucalyptus leaf.
Would a blunt work?
Will what?
Would a blunt work?
I don't see why not.
A blunt.
Oh,
that's a really big joint.
Yeah, sorry. Remember,
she's been traveling with the Navy. She's not allowed to even know about this stuff.
I'm not allowed to know those things.
It's legal.
Yes,
not to the Navy. It's not.
Remember, we're federal. We don't follow state laws. We follow federal laws.
So if the doctors gave you that, you wouldn't be able to use it?
Mm-mm.
Oh wow, who knew? Okay. Okay, I got another question real quick.
Okay.
Are all crystals good? Are there negative crystals? Because in everything, there's one side and the other. So I was wondering, well, how do you know if it's I don't want to say evil, but a not so positive crystal?
We each have our own vibrations. And so like for me, I know that I have friends who love moldavite, right? It's a green crystal that is it's actually terrestrial glass. And it's very high vibration. It's incredible. But for me to use it, it's not that I have a negative. It just, I have to be very grounded because it sends me soaring up into the universe to the point where it's like coming back down. I can only associate it with coming off of
LSD.
Probably. Yeah, probably something like that. Honestly, because I'm
just guessing. I know nothing about those things.
I don't either. But I can only imagine that would be the case. And then any tangible item.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah. Like any tangible item, you can have negative things happen or negative entities attached, but it's not like any one specific crystal. You know, it is more of a personal preference. And then if an entity is attached to something, I have not had an experience where I have had a crystal with an entity, or at least a negative entity attached to it. However, I have heard of that happening to people.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to go to break right now. And when we come back, that's the perfect place to start. How, you know, moving into this, because, you know, a lot of people think, you know, especially with fundamental Christian values, and a lot of us came from those. I came from a Seventh-day Adventist background, so, you know, I couldn't even read comic books. So imagine I bring up this stuff around the table, they're gonna just like tie me up and throw me in a room and call the church,
the paddy wagon,
to come and do something to me. Right.
Yeah.
So when we come back, I'd like us to talk about how to ascertain the best road in for you to start learning and experiencing this. Because, you know, if you ask 4 different people about a certain thing, even just a crystal, depending on their mindset and why they're in it and how long their experience, like the people that sell them and don't know what they're doing, you could get all kinds of stuff, and you could be pouring it into yourself and then pouring it into others and not even know. We need to know where to go, how to get started, maybe one of the groups or the workshop that you had and you're in the midst of one and you got another thing coming. Let's get into all of that so that people can find a nice, safe space to get started learning, maybe some resources. Think about that. And we're going to talk about it more when we come back with our 2 guests today, all the Woo Woo Clan. Oh, that was actually a rap group, the Woo Woo Clan. That's right. GAYLE, NICHOLSON, and Chris Ajar. We'll be back in just a second. Please don't go away.
There's a world inside my head. I get lost in it from time to time. No one has a spare key, only one is inside of me. Oh, I'm really that to escape, fall out in another space, so I stay. Hey, oh here we go, it's overflow. I don't really know what's on, 'cause I'm a restless soul. Oh here we go, it's overflow. I don't know where to go, yeah I'm a homeless soul.
Okay, welcome back to today's installment, Friday's edition of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris. And first, before we bring our guests back, I want to say thank you to not only today's 2 sponsors, but our sponsors all week, all month, all year. There are 37 of them in rotation. And today I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to Jillian Sandoval and the Unleash Your Inner Goddess program. Get over to unleashyourinnergoddess.com or jilliansandoval.com to check out something that is coming up in just a couple of weeks. She's got a new program kicking off. We're going to get her in here before then to tell you more about that. And also my good friends at intentionpin.com. Here is mine. Through me is the inscription, not from me. And they come, Eric and his dad are from 3 generations of craftsmen from Europe. And they actually, you pick all of the alloys, the wood, you have them put it together, you tell them what you want it to say, and they literally bless it and pour your intentions and other good intentions into it and send it to you. I use mine every day with intention. So get over to intentionpin.com and start your today, right? Okay, let's get them back. The Woo Woo Clan, GAYLE and Krista. So before break, I said we were going to talk about how do you tell the real from the fake, the dark from the light, the too tight sweater to the perfect fit. You know what I'm saying? How do you know? Is it gut feeling? Are you drawn? Because I've looked at stuff like that and I keep coming back to a certain one, but then I don't know enough about it. And there's a line of people because it's usually at some kind of crafts fair or something. I don't feel right buying them in a jewelry store because it's too big box, you know, and I just assumed that the people that come to the fairs have put it together. You know, I know that there's even something about, they were telling me, the couple that made this for me, about how they handcrafted the filigree. And how, you know, and all of that I didn't know. So talk about the process and how a person can be called, if you will. Can a crystal or can any of this stuff speak to you? Because it's like, hey, what about us?
I think that it really comes down to something that my ex-husband used to say, that I got rid of him and kept this phrase. And whatever will make you laugh will make you cry. Right?
Whatever will make you laugh will make you cry.
Anything to excess one end of the spectrum or the other, right? So, you know, you've got crystals that you pick them up like Krista does with Moldavite, and poof, she's off in the ozone layer, right? She is so up there, airheadish, not like dumb, but you're like just so elevated, right? That she needs something to counteract it and ground her.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was drinking some of my delicious shake. I could have sworn I heard you say Krista's up there. She's kind of airheaded.
No.
Did you?
I did say airhead, not like ditzy,
not like Chrissy,
but airy. Yeah.
No.
Just like,
okay. All right, just checking.
The thoughts just float away. No.
Yeah.
They do. So. Like I said, anything that'll make you laugh will make you cry. Anything in excess, right? So when you go into a crystal shop and you're like looking at a bunch of stuff and you've got one that's drawing your attention, right? That's probably something that wants to go home with you, that could serve you in your life in some capacity. Other times you'll look at a table and go, I'm not even going over there. There's just something that your body, your energy field reacts to that goes, that's not for me, you know? And for myself,
how do we know that's not fear of the unknown? How do we know the difference? Because a lot of people, you know, they're like, oh, nope, if I have that, my sister who's the pastor's wife is going to see it, or I might have to wear it. Because there are people that do that take certain things on and off depending on what company they're within. Yeah. And, you know, and I just remember one other thing before we go in, because I just remember I felt like that fraud just a few weeks ago. Now I have this thing. Can you see that? It's got that. You see what that is?
I see a medallion with a bit of a trillium to it.
Yeah. That's that 3 thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, thank you. Because I get a lot of people go, oh, I love that. And it's from a company called Karma Quartz. Good friend of mine. They're actually here a few blocks from my house, actually. Nice. And that happened with me. I saw that. My husband saw it. We were like, oh, I want that one. I want that one. He got the tree of life, a tree of knowledge or something. I got this. But people ask me what it is, and I don't know what to call it. And
it looks like a triquetra, which is
what they said.
Yeah, it's a triquetra. And it's a Celtic symbol, and it's it's the Trinity, and it's the Trinity of how you want it to be. It can be, you know, the
Maiden Mother Crone.
It can be, yes, our Trinity. Very much so. That's our Trinity. But it can be whatever the Trinity is that you need it to be. In the Celtic, very much in the Celtic way, it was earth, earth, water, fire, or, they would use the elements. They'd connect very much to the elements.
Okay.
In a Christian way, it's very much, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what's interesting is when we've had these for like 3 years. In the first year, I'd put it in the box. You know how you pick things to wear for certain things? I'd put it in the box. It's still like that, bro. You know who. It's in his box, and when he wants to dress, we're going so, I'll put that on. But now I started wearing, I think I wore it like a week one time. And then all of a sudden, when I was like hey, where's my, I don't know what to call it, thing. And so I'd go up, and now I don't even put it away. If I take it off at night and I put it with all my other stuff, but I can feel when it's not there. What is that? Is that just routine? Or I feel like it protects me. It's got some kind of a thing that, because I got this when I was working on getting rid of deep-seated anger. That was like a trigger. Gayle, you've experienced it.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, it used to be, you thought you saw some girl. That was the PG
trust
version.
me. Yeah,
Right.
I know.
but it really was a thing, and I was battling an entity, and that was something that came up earlier. You guys were saying, like, if you have something and it has a negative entity, now that makes people think of a thing, like a monster or a ghost or a demon. Talk about entity. When you guys say that, is it something that actually touched it? What is that? Is
First,
it
let me
spirit?
scare you about entities. Everything has an entity. Everything. Your coffee cup has an entity. A book is an entity. It has a life of its own. A business is an entity. It has a life of its own. Any object has its own entities. Now, if you're collapsing entity onto demon, negative energy force, something that is actually out to harm you, yes, there are entities like that, but not all entities are like that, right? So in the case of your necklace, same thing happens with my star, with some people's crosses, with some people's St. Christopher medals. Your energetic body has bonded to it. It is part of what protects you and your beingness now. So now when you're not wearing it, you notice its absence because it's part of your shields, in a Star Trek phrase,
like going outside with one shoe on.
Yeah.
Which I've done quite frequently, Right. So, okay, so that's a real thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw something up on the screen that I'd like you to, and I'm going to pop out while you talk about it. It's something I keep it on there. I keep it on the screen because when I get the right guess, I love for people to hear about it. Because I can't believe it. We got 10 minutes left. All the stuff you're doing. And then I want you to I'm going to get out of the way, talk about what you see on the screen, and then talk about what people are going to learn and are currently learning in the work that you all are doing, and tell them where they can go to be a part of the next one. But this right here, because, a lot of what you're saying with woo-woo is this. And so talk about that. Let people just, be used. Bless us. Let me hear it.
Awesome. Well, you want me to start on this one?
Yes,
Embracing the unseen. One of the most amazing moments that I've ever had watching other people getting coached was a woman at the front of the room and a transgender woman in the audience. And the woman at the front of the room looks at the woman at the audience and says, "May I call you she?" And the woman in the audience says, "Oh, please do." Now, maybe half the room knew that this woman in the audience was not born a woman, right? And the woman on the stage says, "I absolutely love what lives in the unsaid." right? There's so many more layers to life than what we can actually physically see with our eyes. And we can, a little bit more than that, sense a little bit, you know, the energetic vibration. I mean, you know, when somebody's staring at you from behind, you know, when you're standing just close enough to somebody that you can feel their energy field on your skin. And you're not even touching yet. So there is, wow, just so many levels to what is available to us, what is possible around us, listening for what's in the unsaid, but also listening for what's in the space, right? You walk into a room and you can tell what's required and what's not allowed in that room. That's all in the unseen. You'll never see that, but you'll know it to be real. You'll know it to be an actuality that you're interacting with. And the more that we can do that, and the more that we can allow things to show up in our lives out of quote unquote nothing, right? Out of the ethers, out of the air, and recognize, oh, wow, this is something that I've been wanting. This is something that I've been asking for. You start understanding how you interact with the unseen. And the more that you can receive from that, the more synchronicities, spiritual coincidences, and other woo-woo happenings will end up happening in your life, right?
I love that bell. We need to get that bell.
We need a bell.
We need a bell. I love it.
So when
That's the bell of purpose, by the way.
Yes, I love that bell.
On purpose and with purpose. So, what do you have anything to chime in on that, Krista, about the unseen?
I actually love it. A few years back, I you know, growing up in my life of a military, very structured life, you know, it's always been believing is seeing, or I mean, seeing is believing. Sorry. And a few years back, I started being being more in curiosity. So I started going with the whole premise and belief of believing is seeing. And so, because that keeps your mind in curiosity. And the more that you just believe in what it is that what it is that's showing up, which is part of that whole unseen or unseen, right? Is it's those gifts, and it's more of the woo woo, because you start seeing those things just start to happen, and you start seeing the synchronicities. You know, I always, you know, just for you and I, and we don't have to go into the story of how you and I are connected, but I mean, that was a whole unseen thing. And you know,
and all we had to do was go, okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we plucked it out of the air. And so that is very much the unseen and working it. And I think that a lot of people, we get caught up in what is considered the logic. And, oh, wait, I didn't learn that in school, so therefore that means it can't be possible. And it's amazing when you start connecting to what it is that you don't know. And it's not to prove that you're unintelligent. It's more a case of the more you realize that you don't know means the more that you're learning. And the more you learn, the more you realize that there's so much more out there.
Let me ask you guys, you ladies, something. I said you guys. I know, right? It's
spirit has no gender.
There you go.
There you have it.
You are good, because that leads into this question. So I find that the more I learn about woo-woo, and I'm able to release more content that speaks to it, but I used to have an issue with it, because the issue was when I would speak to what I refer to as my higher power. And for me, it's God, but I would find that when certain places, oh, I better not say God, I better say source, or I better say higher power. I want to ask you each, I don't mind who starts, but what do you refer to that entity as, that power as, what is greater than? And do you stick with it and call it that 100%? Or are you like playing the shell game, if you will, with it, like I find myself doing? And is that a wrong thing?
You know what? I'm exactly like you, Lauren. My God of my understanding is God, but I had a good Methodist basis in rainbows and Noah's Ark and Jesus loves me before my religion part of my life started to fall apart. Right? Okay. So when I'm among religious people that I understand are talking about the God of the Bible, I say God. And interestingly enough, I cringe a little inside because my God is not the God of the Bible. Okay.
Yep.
It's a great book. There's a lot of truth in it. But it's not. It's not
right on the cover, King James's version. And a version
That's it.
It tells you that something
it's been
added or taken away.
That's right.
It's been edited. Yep. So the whole story's not in there. It's not that the stories that are in there are not valid. It's that the whole story is not in there. Okay. And a lot of what was left out is the woo-woo kind of stuff, because for the woo-woo kind of stuff, you don't need intermediary priests to go petition on your behalf. You actually have a Christ-like relationship directly with the Father. Oh my gosh.
And they used to do that. That's how monarchies and dictatorships and all, they keep all the good stuff for themselves and make it horrible, or you're going to die, you get your arm cut off or whatever if we catch you doing it. Same thing they did with slavery. Let us catch you reading. Let us catch, anything that can empower people. The people get to decide, keep it for themselves. And I think that that's exactly right. I think that's exactly right. So we've got 2 minutes left. I'd like to give each of you a minute, if you would, and together talk about, I don't want to get out of here without you telling everybody about your workshop.
Okay. So real quickly, first of all, if you enjoyed watching Krista and me, we've got another woo-woo queen for you to add to the mix. Watch us on Tuesday afternoon on Facebook. Look for the group on Facebook, 3 Crowns and the Woo-Woo. We go live in there on Tuesdays, and we have an awful lot of fun. I have a program going right now that is Making Miracles with GAYLE Nicholson, and Krista, Krista has a program going on right now too.
Yes, I do. I have a program. It's the 7 Energies of You, and it's a beta class right now. And if you're interested, you can find me at Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook. And I am in there. And my time zone is a little bit different than everybody else's, but I love to connect with people. I answer questions. I do all kinds of things via Skype. Just because I'm in another country doesn't mean I'm not able to help.
Okay. Well, Marsha. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I always say that when shameless plugs on the screen. Well, I'm excited. I really want to, and please, will you share that to my page or pages, whichever one, even if it needs approval, I'll get it and get it in there when you get this thing out so people can register and go to it. And when is the next one?
The next one for mine will be starting in April, about midway through April. So think tax day.
Krista, yours?
Yeah, and my next session probably won't start until almost the end of May. However, I'll be honest, because it's a beta right now, I still have space and people can join. Same. It's, for a small, there is a fee. It's not free. There is a fee, but people can come in and join because we're still building. And actually, it's kind of a fun group, and so yeah, we're learning a lot.
If both of you could drop connectors or anything that might help people pick up some breadcrumbs and find their way to your door for more of all of this and more, please drop it in the comments as we go out. I want to thank both of you, in particular, Krista, thank you for stopping what you were doing. I know it was a last minute thing, and I said, hey, can one of the girls come in? So thank you for being flexible and coming in and pouring into us. GAYLE, a pleasure as always. I look forward to watching the great things. And I hope we can get as many people to your different events as possible so that we can all begin to see, let's just get these crazy cataracts removed. Let's go and get some spiritual LASIK surgery so that we can see everything from top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner. I'm a firm believer that every time we are faced with an opportunity, we take the hand of truth, of purpose, wave it towards that opportunity, that door, and we say, after you. When we do that, what is greater than, no matter what you call it, woo-woo or juju, will walk before you, stand beside you, and most definitely cover the rear behind us, because as humans, there will always be something we might not see coming. That's why we need the unseen. Thank you all. God bless you. Get out into the world and be the blessing you would like to receive. Be that gift that keeps on giving. Thank you. I'll see you guys Monday morning when we have world-renowned table tennis champion from the projects to a peace mission on his own in Korea. This kid has risen from the ghetto to the top as the world's top champion. What do you call that? Ping pong champion, table tennis. He told me don't call it ping pong. Table tennis champion. Wally Green will be here. This guy, this kid is one of a kind. Join us Monday morning. Have a blessed weekend. Get out there and change the world one story at a time. Thank you, ladies. God bless you. Thank all of you. I wouldn't be me without you. I'll see you Monday morning, God willing, out front for our next episode of Bathrobe Moments. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.